Hello, HUMA fans. Welcome to the HUMA Beats and Eats podcast. Today, I am bringing you the journey of the plain old hamburger bun to the brioche hamburger bun. Now, you may be thinking, well, why do I want to take that journey? How does that journey affect me? Well, in truth, it doesn't, but it affects me, so that's what I'm bringing to you. No, seriously though, I was trying to think about what to do for the Hazmatics. The Hazmatics is a band that I was able to interview, and I'm going to be posting that interview next Friday. In the meantime, I like to try to do things that tie in with the bands or the musicians or the people or the food trucks or whomever that I'm interviewing. And I think it gives a nice flow to the podcast. It ties everything together, and it gives me practice because I like doing this stuff and it's fun. And I hope you enjoy it too. So anyway, I was trying to figure out what to do for them, and I was listening to their interview, and for whatever reason, it struck me that I decided to check out some of their musical influences. I decided to check out what kind of food they had available at their concerts for them to eat, like before they went on, after they went on, during, if people were eating whatever. I just wanted to see what they had available, what was good for them, and I thought if it was relatively easy enough, I might be able to bring that to you guys. And voila, something was easy. One member of the band, Corey, offered that Kiss was a huge musical influence on him. And another member, Paco, he offered Metallica and Santana as big musical influences on him. So I said to myself, well, let me look and see what kind of food that they like to have at their concerts, and I'll see if I can muster something up. So Metallica and Kiss were big burger fans, and Santana enjoyed Latin-inspired foods. So my curiosity was piqued about how I could feature a burger in the concert style of the musicians that were influential to them. And I had a brief aha moment, and I said, well, I can pay homage to Humagalas, where this all started, and bring the Bad Hombre, or my version of the Bad Hombre, because it's not going to be quite like the Bad Hombre, but it's an homage, so it doesn't have to be exact. But I'm going to bring the Bad Hombre, and I can honor the Hazmatics' musical influences by serving a burger. And I know the big thing for Humagalas, the Brioche Bun, we branded the H with the fire on the bun. There's a brilliant idea. I'm pretty sure Rob had the idea, and he had the brand made. So that was brilliant, actually. I think it's one of the best things I saw. I thought it was so super cool, except for when we had to brand the buns. That took a long time, but I got the hang of it. Anyway, that's off topic. So anyway, so I can be a professional brander now. Not really, but anyway, I said, well, I looked up the recipe. Well, I looked up a couple recipes for brioche buns, and I found one that didn't seem too difficult. So I said, all right, well, I'm going to give this a whirl because I'm a wealth of ideas, and I'm going to follow through and try all this stuff. So I decided I'm going to make the brioche buns. I'm going to show that this Friday. Today's Wednesday. I'm going to post this historical journey of how Americans went from the plain old hamburger bun to a delicious light brioche hamburger bun. How did that come to be? I'm going to talk us through it. Give me a couple minutes of your time, and I hope you enjoy the journey, because I enjoyed researching it. Actually, it was a lot of fun. Anyway, so let's start with the hamburger bun we all remember. Well, not all of us remember, because some of us is a little before our time, but most of us remember. So there are several schools of thought as to how the hamburger bun came to be. Fletcher Davis originally served the hamburger between two slices of toasted bread from his cafe in 1880, and then offered this almost 20 years later at the St. Louis World's Fair. Then there's Oscar Weber Bilby, who in 1891 served the hamburger using his wife's yeasted rolls. So it wasn't a flat patty or flat bread, it was a puffed up roll or a bun, and it was so popular and so easy to eat the burger that way that he offered it like every 4th of July afterwards, and it caught on. The third school of thought comes from Wichita, Kansas. A diner fry cook, Walter Anderson, created a bun specifically for hamburgers. He was tired of the bread falling apart. As soon as I read he was tired of the bread falling apart, I was reminiscent of my younger school days in elementary school. I don't know if you all experienced this, but do you remember taking the peanut butter and jelly sandwiches to school, or just jelly sandwiches if that's what you like? If you didn't like peanut butter, although I don't understand, I didn't like jelly until I was a little older, so I was just having the peanut butter sandwiches, but once in a while, peanut butter and jelly, and the sandwich would get warm, and the jelly would start like soaking through the bread, and you would have a purple mash in the middle of your piece of bread. I remember that. I don't know if you do. And actually, I remember years ago I saw Kevin James in concert, and he did a little comedic bit on the sweaty peanut butter and jelly sandwich that I'm sure we've all experienced. Well, I have. So that's what I thought of. I thought of all the burger grease and the burger juices soaking through the bread, and that couldn't have been fun to eat. So kudos to him. Moving forward, sesame seeds on hamburger buns became popular in the 1930s. In the 1950s, we are fast forwarding, because nothing happened, I guess, between the 30s and the 50s, the club roll was created, and it could hold more toppings than the round bun. This led to people starting to try different toppings on the hamburger, but that's a whole nother podcast. So it's not the history of toppings, it's the history of buns, people. Or the journey. The journey. It's not really a history, it's the journey of buns. It's a journey of buns, people. With the development of more specialized burger joints in the 1970s, the traditional bun received an artisanal makeover. Primary ingredients for the buns were flour, salt, sugar, yeast, and oil. They became higher quality and were designed to be softer and slightly sweeter. The slightly sweeter was a good pairing with the hamburger meat. And then the toppings that filled in played off of it nicely so that all the flavors tasted good in your mouth. That's what she said. So from this, the sesame seed bun became the standard. Also introduced to the hamburger were onion rolls, potato rolls, Kaiser rolls, and toasted rye for patty melts. They also used brioche rolls at this time too, but it didn't really take off until much later. The brioche bun, that is. A little aside about the brioche bun, I was going to originally do a historical piece on brioche bread. And as I was reading it and looking into it, I was like, well, this isn't going to be interesting to people. They're not really going to enjoy hearing this. But there were a few interesting points that I would like to discuss very briefly. Brioche bread was really a cross between pastry and bread. Brioche bread originated in France in the 1400s. The bread became popular among the elite, among the upper crust of France because of the ingredients. It used butter, and butter was an indulgent. Butter, if you had access to butter, you were considered high class. So originally that was the thought of brioche. It was high class, it was buttery, it was flaky. It's kind of like in between a pastry and a bread. So they really did enjoy this bread, and it kind of just stayed and moved forward. That's my interesting little side about it, just how it started and how it was thought to be like this indulgent upper crust, high end bread, and come back hundreds of years later, and it's reintroduced as a high end bun in the 1970s in America. So I just thought that was pretty interesting. It shows how everything does eventually circle around. Even though brioche buns were used in the 1970s, they didn't really take off until the 2000s. So now we're fast forwarding. I used to say forward fast when I was a kid. I had to correct myself, and I was thinking forward fast. Now we have to forward fast. No, we are going to fast forward into 2013. So that's a big jump. So while the genius behind putting the hamburger on a brioche bun is unknown, Wendy's propelled it to being a top choice in 2013, serving the bacon portobello melt on a brioche bun. The brioche bun became their standard bun in 2016, and other fast food restaurants followed suit one by one. They all kind of fell in line. Brioche rolls enjoy continued popularity in upscale burger joints and restaurants across the United States. As I previously stated, I am going to be preparing brioche buns for you and then making the bad hombre, paying homage to Humagalas, and I am also honoring the musical influences on a couple of the Hazmatics members. This became a very interesting topic for me. I thought it was kind of neat to discover the journey of the brioche bun, how it came to be and earned its spot. And it was Wendy's. Believe it or not. I would have thought it would have been a different chain, or franchise, whatever, but nope, it was Wendy's. Wendy's was brilliant. I hope you all enjoyed the show. Please continue to comment, leave a review, like, subscribe, follow on Spotify, on YouTube, on any platform that you use to listen to your podcasts. I really enjoy bringing these to you. I like doing the research. I like doing the extra legwork to bring other interesting topics to you. I really enjoy talking to these people and bringing them into your homes so you can enjoy the conversations and feel like you're getting to know them, which I think is very cool. And it's a lot of fun. And I'm really loving cooking for you all. So, again, please continue to follow, and I appreciate all your support. If there's anyone you'd like me to have on my show or anything you would like to see me cook on my show, please feel free to message me or email me at humabeatsandeats@gmail.com. And as always, you can follow and keep an eye out on Marni's Kitchen for any updates or any menu items. You may find some brioche buns coming your way. All right, thank you. HUMA!